Hey guys, it's Jeremy here with the Canadian Woodsman. So today I'm just going to go over a little bit of another project I've been working on. So I'm pretty sure a lot of you know I was making a scout camp in a different location, but just recently I went up there. I just got back from a trip to Ecuador, but I just got back from there and I went up and the whole thing had been demolished. All the shelters had been knocked down and the poles were all piled off the sides and stuff. And so I collected all those poles and hid them for future use if I want to make a shelter up there again. But I decided to start a camp type thing down in this forest, this sort of swampy area here. So I will take you over and I'll show you what I have now. Okay, so as you can see, I do have a shelter kind of established here. This is just a temporary roof made of skunk cabbage leaves. I'm going to make some sort of a solid roof with more branches and some ferns and probably some cedar branches as well in the future. But this is just temporary for now, just so that I can show sort of where the walls are. But it's made under a cedar tree, so I don't have to worry too much about waterproofing because that will shed a lot of the water. That's the one reason that I picked this location. The other reason is because underneath there's sort of like a bowl shape. I can show you the inside now. I've done a little bit of work in there as well. Okay, so that's the inside of that skunk cabbage leaf wall that I showed you from the outside. And so if I just turn the camera, you can see I do have framework built up all around here to make a better wall. And then if I just tip it down, you can see I've put, I'll just move some of these leaves to the side. I put a frame of poles on the ground. I don't know if you can see that, like that. Then I covered it all with leaves. And this, all I'm going to have to do is replace the leaves and ferns occasionally. And it's actually really comfortable. Bad. So, that's basically what I have for the shelter. I'll show you some of the other things I have set up in the camp now. Okay, so what I have here is sort of a garden bed that I made. So, I found this bent piece of cedar wood. And then there's this root, this really weird root. It's growing as like a long strip. It's attached to this stump and then that tree. And I put this flat against it, and I sort of figured it made sort of a garden bed type thing. So I dug up the dirt, and I brought in a few plants. I have, in this side, I'll bring the camera in closer. Okay, sorry about the sticks obstructing your view. That's just to deter animals from running through the garden. But I have some pumpkin sprouts that were growing in my garden at my house. And then just tucked over behind the log here, I have some potatoes planted. So I'm going to have some potatoes and some pumpkin potentially on this side. Okay, and on this side I have this single plant. And this plant, we put compost in our garden. We'll dig a hole and then we'll fill it with compost and then we'll bury it. And then a whole bunch of this started sprouting. So I know it's for some sort of edible food, but I have no clue what kind of thing it is. So in the future, I will be able to let you guys know what type of plant it is. And the other thing is, directly beside the camp, and let's just see if I can zoom up, but there's a deer trail. These aren't deer trails, those are just from me using a walking stick in here. But there's deer tracks that run all the way through here. And this is just beside the camp. The camp is just directly through the trees over there. I'm not sure we can see the shelter, but it is just right behind that tree there. Right behind there. So, very cool. So if I was in a survival situation and I needed to hunt, there's deer and raccoon as well. I saw some raccoon tracks, like not very far away from my camp at all.